Hey Sparkle Squad, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a try-on review of the new Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette. It just came in the mail yesterday and I'm super excited to be trying this out for you guys. So please remember to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button so you can be notified of all of my posts and so you can see more looks with this beautiful palette. And if you like this look, keep on watching to learn how to get it. Thank you. Okay, I am ready to get into the beautiful, the gorgeous Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette, the Rose palette. Look at this stunning palette. It is so pretty. I'm kind of trying not to blind you with the packaging here, but it is like very, very mirrored. It's a beautiful rose gold packaging, and then it's got this outline along the border on the front of the packaging. It's kind of like a matte finish. Try not to blind you here, but that's what it looks like. The only downside about this packaging is it gets very fingerprinty very, very fast. But, you know, that doesn't really matter as much. You can clean that off. What really matters is the shades and how they perform. And I am just so excited to get into this. These two up here are cream shades. It has a little flap to keep it protected from the powders, and vice versa. You don't want creams in your powder and you don't want powders in your creams. So, and then you've got 5 matte shades and 5 shimmer shades. So, you get 12 colors in total. And I am just so ready to start playing with this. It is just beautiful. I think I'm going to go into the cream shadow first. I think I'm going to go into this one first, this cream shadow right here. I don't know that it has a name. Oh, it does. It is... Well, I can't really tell how to read this. If it, like, so it says it on the back. It says the shade names on the back. But I'm not sure which one goes with which. It's either Crush or Unfaithful. So we're going to go into the matte cream shade. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And I'm going to use a Sonia G Worker brush from the Lotus set to do that. And I just tapped into this just a teeny tiny bit because it is very pigmented. I'm getting a little bit more on my brush here. Wow. That is very, very pigmented. I'm actually going to switch brushes here and go to my Sonia G Builder brush. It's a little bit more flat, and I think that would work a little bit better on the lid. So I'm going to switch to the Builder brush, also in the Lotus set. These, whoa, look at that. These are very, very creamy, and they blend out very nicely. They have a lot of pigment to them. Today I'm going to do a halo eye. I haven't done a halo eye in a hot minute, so I'm going to try that today. And just packing this color all over my lid. It is beautiful. I'm going to try to build a little bit of shape out here. That is a little, I think I got a little bit too much on my brush. I'll wipe it off just a little bit. Yeah, I got way too much on my brush. So I'm just trying to build a little bit of shape here. And actually, I'm going to go back into my Sonia G worker brush. I'm just going to knock off some of that pigment and blend with this instead. It does blend out quite nicely. You just kind of need to maybe build up a little bit more slowly than what I initially did, but it is blending out very nicely. I'm just kind of getting that all over my crease too, because we're going to do a halo eye and then put like one of the shimmers in the middle here. But this is just to set up the base. Now I'm going to take the deepest matte in the palette, this one right here. It's right next to that cream shade I used. I'm going to take that one also on my Sonia G worker brush, and I'm basically just going to set that cream shadow, and it ends up making it a little bit darker too. They are different shades. Now, this is my first time with cream eyeshadows. I have not worn a like straight up cream eyeshadow before, so this is kind of a learning curve for me too. And I'm just going to pack the pigment on the eye. And now I'm going to take my Sonia G Crease Pro brush, and I'm going to go into this shade right here. It's the third matte from either side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that third one. It's a very medium toned rose. And I'm just going to work this into my crease to kind of help blend out that deeper shade. The deeper shade is more of like a burgundy color. It's very pretty, but it's very, very deep. And then this is more like your traditional rose color. Yeah, that is definitely a learning curve with the cream eyeshadow. So you're welcome to not use the cream eyeshadow and just go in with the powder if you're more comfortable. But I figured I would give it a try since I have it now. And it is a very nice cream eyeshadow. It's just I do not have experience with that kind of eyeshadow thus far. And it is kind of deep on the corner of my eye, which you're kind of wanting with a halo look. You want the inner corner to be deep and the outer corner to be deep, and then the middle to be light. And then also the cream eyeshadows make a really nice tacky base for your shimmers. So now I'm going into the soft shader brush from the Sky Eye set, and I'm going to go into the lightest shade here, that kind of the bone kind of shade, and I'm just going to use this one to buff out the edges a little bit more, so then it's not such a harsh line here. I'm going to do the same in the front here because it is a little deep, and then I'll put like an inner corner highlight on. I'm just kind of, I think I took that too far in, so I'm just kind of trying to blend that down a little bit, and then taking more of that bone shade make sure it is all blended out here. Now I am noticing it is kind of like balding a little bit right there, so I'm just going to pack some more of the darkest powder on again, because I think I blended it away a little bit too much. And I'm going back in with my Lotus Builder brush, doing my color switch to get more of that deep matte, the powder version. Since this one's a little bit smaller, it's a little easier to build color in the places that you're wanting it, instead of building it in places that you really don't want it. And then back with my Crease Pro brush in the rose shade to make sure everything is soft out here. And once again with my soft shader with the bone color, just to make sure that gradient is there. See? Kind of a nice gradient. And then I'm going to take my sponge and just kind of do this to get more of a lifted look. There, that's a little bit better, because I kind of blended those down a little bit far. So I'm just doing one more time to make sure the edges are nice. Okay, now for the fun part. I'm going to pick a shimmer here, and I'm debating between two of these. So I'm debating between this one or this one to go in the middle, and then I'm going to run this one under my lower lash line. But I'm going to debate between these two. I think I want to go in with this one right here. It's a little bit lighter, and I'm going to take my finger for this one. It's very, very smooth in the pan, and then that's what it looks like on my finger. So I'm just going to pat that in the middle here. I'm gonna have to build it up a little bit. My lid is still a little bit tacky from the cream shade, so it does help it stick a little bit. It is nice. Very nice shimmer. It's kind of hard to see it with that dark base. I want to try to go into this shade now and see if that one looks any brighter in the middle of my eye, because it's looking a little dark. Now this one has a sort of different texture than the other one, and it's brighter. This one's actually a duochrome. You can see right there, you can see the pink and the green, greenish gold shift. That might even be a triochrome. Look at that. You can really see that shift there. There's like 4 colors in this. You can see pink, you can see green, gold, and maybe even a little bit of silver. So I'm going to put this one over top of that other one and see if that will give me the look that I am going for. That's better. That is much, much better. Okay, I love this color. This one is gorgeous. And I just kind of want to build this up a ways. And I'm kind of bringing it up in here too. to give me more of that like halo look. And don't worry, we'll blend it out in a little bit, but right now I'm just trying to pack on this pigment. That is so pretty. That is a gorgeous color. Okay. I think I have that to my desired opacity. Now I'm going to go back in with my Sonia G blender, or no, excuse me, builder brush, the flat one. And I'm just going to take the deepest matte shade and pop it right here and right in the inner corner, and just kind of feather it through the shimmer shade so it blends a little bit nicer. And then I'm going to feather it through on this side as well so I don't get any harsh lines. You always want to do this so you don't get harsh lines in any look, whether it be a halo eye or whether it is just kind of a normal shimmer all over the lid, deeper on the outer side, outer corner. So that's what that is looking like. It is very pretty. I really like these colors and everything. I'm going to go back into my Crease Pro with the mid-tone rose shade, and I'm just going to kind of work this in the inner corner as well and kind of up through the upper crease again, just to reinforce the rose color. Okay, I like that. Now I'm going to find an, actually, no, I want to do my lower lash line. I'm going to take my Rephr 28 brush. This is a really flat brush. You can kind of see here, kind of this flat builder looking brush. I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take this shade right here, the deepest shimmer, and I'm going to run that under my lower lash line and see what kind of effect that gives me. Just picking up a little bit here, and I'm going to put that under my lower lash line. I need to build this up kind of slowly so then none of the pigment gets in my eye. Whoops, and I just did. Whenever I get pigment in my eye, I just kind of tap it out of there with my finger. It's a nice shimmer. It kind of looks like the deep shade, just in a shimmery format. It is a little hard to get like the full shimmer look on a lower lash line, maybe because it's a little more watery. I'm going to actually use some setting spray to try to give me a more opaque and more shimmer, maybe. Let's see if that'll do anything. So I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and I'm just gonna spritz that and put it under my lower lash line again, and that kind of bumped it up a little bit. Just bumped it up a little notch. In the glitter department. Now it looks more raspberry. And then I am going to take that off a little bit. And then I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take this shade right here. It's the second matte in, and I'm going to run that under my lower lash line just to kind of blend that shade out a little bit and to see what this color looks like. It is a nice rosy kind of, it's more of, like, they are two different kinds of pinks. This one's more like your, like, rose, and this one's kind of more like a peachy rose, I think. Okay, so that's what the eye is looking like so far. Little blend on the outer corner here. Just to kind of mesh everything together. And then I'm going to take my Rephr number 12. Well, I take that back. I'm just kidding. I'm going to use my Rephr number 3 brush. This little pencil brush right here. And I'm going to go into the lightest for my inner corner highlight and see what that one looks like. I'm also going to spray my brush when I have the pigment on to give it full opacity here. Well, let's see what this looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm just kind of wrapping it around too. Like wrapping it a little bit under my lash line here. And kind of trying to feather it a little bit. Like kind of doing a swoop kind of look here. And I'm going to go back in one more time to kind of reinforce this burgundy shade. And again, one more time with the shimmer. It's a little dark for an inner corner in my opinion, but that's okay. I'm going to do my Rephr 21 brush, and I actually want to do this color right here in the middle of my eye, but I want to put some setting spray on it to see if that bumps up the shine a little bit. And here's what it's looking like before, so you can kind of see what it looks like after with the setting spray. Let's just see if that does anything. I'm taking some of my brush here, doing my setting spray, and seeing if that bumps up the shine a little bit. Yeah, that bumped it up. And I'm gonna grab some more on my brush since it's wet now. And yeah, that bumps up the shine quite a bit. That is such a pretty shade. And I actually want to grab the first shade that I tried that I didn't really like all that much. Well, it's not that I didn't like it, it's just that, like, it was too light to be put with the maroon shade. It's this one right here. I'm just gonna put that, like, in the middle of my eye and see if that gives me, like, a spotlight sort of effect. It is very pretty. It kind of has, like, a lavender flip to it. If you can see that in there a little bit. It's very, very pretty. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more little blend right here to just make sure everything is blending out just fine. I'm going to do my other eye and my mascara, liner, and everything off camera, and I will be right back. Hi, I am back to share my thoughts with you about the new Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette. This little beauty right here. It's a beautiful palette. I think I need to play around with it a little bit more to get some solid thoughts. This is the first time I've worn it. It is, you know, it's sparkly and everything. Like the shimmers are still pretty sparkly. It's just, it kind of, I don't know. I need to work with the blend a little bit more and see if I can make the cream shadows work a little bit better for me, be more concise with where I put them, and maybe instead of doing like a halo eye, maybe just do some depth on the outer corner and shimmer on the inside. I will say that I did have to go outside of this palette to get my inner corner highlight. So it does have a light shade in this palette. There is kind of like a gold color right here, but it's too deep for an inner corner highlight. I did kind of use it on my brow bone a little bit, but then it was still too dark for my fair skin color. I needed something brighter, so I dipped out into another palette, and I think that like the combination of the two looks pretty good, but I need to use it a little bit more to get my full thoughts on those creams. The mattes are beautiful. The mattes blend out really nicely, and my look, you know, it looks okay considering I have never used a cream eyeshadow before. And the shimmers are really, really pretty. That center shade, I think it is called Lust. It is like the duochrome, the gold pink color. It is very shiny, it is very shimmery. I hope you can kind of see like how shiny it is there. You can kind of see how shiny it is. And you know, these particular colors, these rosy burgundy kind of colors, a little bit of mauve, they really make blue eyes stand out. So it really does make my eyes pop. And I did try out a new eyeliner today. I tried the KVD new tattoo eyeliner because I have a problem where in my outer corners, by the end of the day, it has kind of smudged. And while, yes, this one did smudge a little bit, it is much better than most of my eyeliners that I wear, and it didn't bleed down here. It stayed pretty well in my waterline and like right under on my lash line. It does look pretty good. There is just like a little bleeding into the outer corners, which is typical. I don't know if it's my eye shape or that I have watery eyes, but anything I do, any eyeliner that I do, it bleeds by the end of an 8-hour day. But you know, you can kind of just like touch it up a little bit here and a little bit over here, and you know, you're pretty much good as new. So it is at least easy to touch up. So I really like the eyeliner too. I'm excited to keep using this palette. I think I'm going to be a little bit more careful with those creams, and I think I will come back to do like a 2 or 3 look with this palette just to show you guys the versatility of it and like really what it can do. I still would probably have to dip out for the inner corner highlights just because of my skin tone. You know, my skin tone is too light for the lightest shadow in this palette, but no, I can use the rest of it. That's fine. I don't mind dipping out. And if you don't either, then you will probably like this palette. If you don't want to dip out, then you probably won't like it. So I will leave you guys here. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and click that notification bell so you can be notified of all of my future posts, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!